Iberia, ravaged by the bloody tides of war, kings and sultans, dukes and emirs. Adversity makes for strange bedfellows, my friend. And you must read carefully if you are to decide the fate of Iberia.
I, Guifré The Hairy, have some work to do. The numerous plots against my wife and I are only proof that I am doing things right. We are building a legacy in our children that will hopefully be seen far and wide for decades to come, and I will be eternally grateful to spend the rest of our lives together building that legacy further. Unfortunately, our coffers are meager and our foes are many, yet my nemesis is imprisoned in my cell, and my newest friend and ally, Emir Yusuf ibn Zakaria, has given me hope that this Iberian struggle can hold peace as well as war. Let us hope that stays true, because we have some work to do. Hello everybody, this is Havoc and welcome back to our Crusader Kings 3 role-playing session as Guifré The Hairy. Now, I hope I'm saying that correctly. Believe it or not, I did do some research before I started this playthrough, and Guifré was the only explanation, the only pronunciation that I could find that was an audible or a phonetic spelling. It appears, though, it is more of a Guifré, and I hope that that is the case. Thank you for pointing that out, and if I am pronouncing it correctly, please let me know or give me some pointers towards that direction. But yes, I do appreciate that, and hopefully I'll be able to remember that, considering that our son is also named Guifré. So give me a little bit of patience, a little bit of leniency as I work on that. But on to the other things. Of course, if you enjoy any part of this video, before we begin, be sure to give it a like, subscribe to the channel, turn on bell notifications, and comment. Just wanted to let you know that you can also financially support the channel by becoming a YouTube member or a patron, or even just purchasing something from my Nexus store. I am currently working on infiltrating the patron names and the YouTube member names into the game. I'm still trying to figure out the nuances of that seem natural. So the support is obviously greatly appreciated, and I will get you in there one way or another. Now, back into role-playing mode to take on the persona of Guifré The Hairy. As Duke of Barcelona, I cannot help but feel extremely blessed. Blessed in a wonderful wife in Antha, Duchess Antha, in birthing 6 children, all of whom I'm immensely proud of already, all of whom are immensely smart, way smarter than their father ever could be, which is probably one of the best dreams that a father could ever have. But not only in Antha, but in my courtiers, in my subjects, in my vassals, many of whom have given fantastic advice. Now, there are some things that I wish I could do. Oh, do I wish I could do them. One of those is, oh goodness gracious, Count SUNYAR. He is currently in my dungeon. Now, I would love to revoke his titles and take it back as my own. I think we have the ability to do that, the cause, but we don't have the crown authority in which to pursue it. However, if we look here, we can see that his primary heir is Elisenda de Barcelona, which is the daughter of Count SUNYAR. Now, I have nothing against this 2-year-old. This is not within my capacity to modify. However, I can do whatever I need to him, one of those being torturing. Now, I can do this. I might discover a secret if he has one. I lose an immense amount of stress because I'm vengeful. This is perfect. I gain 27 dread. Now I spend 100 piety to do so, but that's okay. This is exactly what I need to do to squeeze Count SUNYAR dry and hope that we can learn something, but also just get him where it hurts. Now, the only side effect is that close family members will lose 30 opinion for 20 years. That means that his current heir, his daughter, she'll be about 22 before she gets over this slight. Now, that doesn't mean that I can't sway her, that I can't pursue other means to ensure that she wouldn't rebel, but nonetheless, it's something that will happen. We're going to go ahead and do it. We're going to go ahead and torture him. So we'll see what torturous things pop up. But there was another thing that I thought was fantastic as well. King Charles the Bald of West Francia, we are currently in his court as a council member, as a marshal. Now, I really hope that I can do this without any issues. We're gonna resign from the council, which is gonna hurt us just a little bit. But then I'm gonna modify my vassal contract. I'm gonna end up giving him, we're gonna do a high levy contribution. Now that is a significant boost. It's a 35% boost, but we're gonna get council rights. My main reason for doing this, one of the best ways that I can ensure that I make money to develop my kingdom, which is what we sorely need to work on in this time of peace, is to become the king's steward. That gets me a significant salary, one that I can use to further the kingdom in the best of ways. So we're gonna modify the vassal contract. We gain council rights. Now I wonder if I can't demand a council position. Look at that. 2 gold a month. My domain taxes increase as well. Construction costs go down. My stewardship experience actually does increase a little bit as well. We're going to demand that council position. I cannot be fired for 25 years. I'll be 65 by the time I lose my way. Now, assuming King Charles the Bald dies, we can do the same exact thing, but look at that. We have gone from 0.3 to 2.3 in the space of a mere council contract renegotiation. Now, of course, we do have a few other things to get rolling. For one, Barcelona still has not developed its control significantly enough yet. I'm wondering if I shouldn't move my capital here once we do that, simply to reaffirm our position that we are, in fact, in Barcelona. But I think we have Barcelona, and then Pallars Jussa, which was taken over during the Count SUNYAR rebellion, essentially. And so it is losing control, not to mention we were in debt for a while, which doesn't help. But I think overall, these two things alone get us off to a fantastic start. And we are in a position, I believe, at some point in the future to utilize Emir Yusuf ibn Zakaria of Tula in our position to try and assert our authority. We're going to have to figure out what to do, but I'm going to keep this moment of peace close for as long as I can and just build up my kingdom. Why complicate matters? There's nothing like the good old rack. When the Drailer hauls Count SUNYAR into the room, his eyes are immediately drawn to the big wooden frame. Please, no, please, I'll tell you anything you want to know. I have intimate relations with Lady Mayor Valencia. Lady Mayor Valencia. You spy master, you. Well, I guess it takes one to know one. This is quite the plot twist. It was Lady Mayor Valencia who revealed the schemes against my wife, the schemes against myself. Could it be that Count SUNYAR was whispering sweet little nothings in her ear? Does this make Lady Mayor Valencia a traitor? Or my savior? We could learn a Count SUNYAR's lover secret. And if so, we get recently tortured for 5 years, which is a major penalty. He gains 175 stress, and there's a 5% chance that he could gain lunatic. Absolutely, we're gonna twist this as hard as we can. Still not certain yet if Valencia is for good or for otherwise, but I'm going to go with good considering how much she's done for us so far. Major penalty, severe penalty. There is no way he survives long enough in this thing. There's no way. I don't understand how someone so weakened, who'd just been tortured, was able to escape, but Count SUNYAR has escaped my dungeons. Is this Lady Valencia's doing? I can't get it out of my head. Oh, that secret was undoubtedly better for us. But now every single action surrounding Count Sunyar or Lady Mayor Valencia has me wondering, was this intimacy for information, or was it true? Was it true love? This is causing me more stress than I want to admit. I think the only thing that we have to do here is we have to hit him where it hurts. We have to try and do our best to simply, we're going to challenge the rival to a fight. Under the Klein, he would actually spend prestige. I would gain prestige. We have to try it. It will weaken him even further. We have to. He refused my challenge. So I gained some prestige. He lost it. And while waiting for his response, Emir Muhammad ibn al-Walhad of Sarakusta. I've been corresponding with your chancellor. I must say I've come to see you in a new light. Perhaps you are even someone one day I could be proud to call a friend. Sorry, we're not going to do that. We're not going to. What else? I have to. Could we abduct him? Of course it wouldn't work. We could blackmail him. Now we do... If we expose it, there we go. Let's expose the secret. That will cause us... Actually, we'll hold on to it. No, we're going to expose it. Unfortunately, that's not enough for me to be able to do this. That's okay. That's okay. Now, I can lawfully imprison her. I think we'll just leave it alone for now. Now, normally, I would try and imprison her, but I need her. Her 19 intrigue just goes well beyond.
A few moments later.
There are nonetheless several people who might be mourning the loss of Count Sunyar. I'm not one of them. A curse undone, the twists and turns of fate have not always been to my advantage. God knows I was cursed the day that I met Count Sunyar, my cousin. Today, however, that curse has been lifted. Fate has smiled upon me and brought that two-faced knave to his grave. That's a grave. Not one day too soon. Now, that leaves his daughter, who of course doesn't quite like me. However, we can't even sway her because she is a child. Could I imprison her? I wouldn't have a reason to. There is nothing that would benefit me. However, Raymond, who is my court physician Ammonite, I actually believe he is my brother. No, he is not. We should be able to marry using the hook. Now, he's 42, which is a little bit weird, I will admit. But we're going to do this. We're going to use a hook. Nope, okay. Wow, that's a lot of no thank yous. We can sway her one day. We're going to pin her to everything right there, which is going to keep her in my tabs, and we'll see how things rumble. But for now, we just have to know that Elicinda Roseo doesn't quite like me. We'll have to deal with her when we can. It seems my best friend wants to challenge me to a friendly game of chess. Ibn Emir Yusuf, if we win, we'll lose 10 stress. Emir Yusuf will gain 19 opinion. Now, of course, Emir Yusuf will gain 19 stress. We will lose quite a bit more. Yes, let's go ahead and do it. The greatest game, chess. Emir Yusuf is already waiting to begin our little chess match. Sat waiting with a competitive grimace writ large across his features. We're neck and neck. Neither of us is even close. Of course, we just started. For what it's worth, win or lose, says my best friend, there's no one in the world I'd rather play chess with. Indeed. Now, he does have quite the diplomacy, the martial, and the intrigue. I've read the entire manual on chess. Our match marches on, Yusuf continuing with a variety of cunning feints employs. My techniques cunningly foil my opponent. We're neck and neck. Neither of us is even close. Don't feel bad, Guifré. Guifré. We can't all be this naturally talented. Let's do this. In chess, intrigue is countered by learning. Our match marches on, Yusuf continuing with the series of devastatingly innovative strategy plays. Naturally, my techniques cunningly foil my opponent. I'm in the lead now, and victory is so close that I can taste it. Damnation, chuckles my friend. You don't ease up at chess for anyone, do you? My marshal makes me unbeatable. With a roar of triumph, I surge to my feet, scattering pieces everywhere. This game of chess is mine. Another fine victory on my indisputable rise towards the role of King of Games. A desolate Yusuf remains seated, hands on his haunches, trying to comprehend where he went wrong. Yeah, just good game. Absolutely. Good game. My coffers are finally beginning to fill, bringing in 4.5 gold a month, which quite honestly isn't too terribly shabby. Now, Urgel is the one that is obviously bringing in the most, and we can only influence that more. Now, I have a wide range of choices, but I do think having hill farms is going to be the best thing right off the bat for that. And then perhaps with Barcelona, we'd be able to do farm and fields potentially. I'd rather get the trade port, to be completely honest, but it is a rather significantly large investment. Guess we will have to see what the future holds for us in the immediate. First it was Namilda, and now it's Maria. I was given grave news. My daughter has fallen ill with consumption. The future is uncertain. Death lingers close by her bedside, yet she might survive. Only God knows. The physician wants to know how my daughter should be treated. If we were to be cautious, a safe treatment might lessen symptoms, has few risks. Time has come for drastic measure. My daughter. You're only 8. You're going to be cautious. Don't you mess with me, Raymond. Oh no, Maria gained an aggravated wound for 1 year. Moderate penalty. The consumption will rack her entire body. Oh. Stay alive, my child. Stay alive. For as long as you can. We were so close to having an extended period of peace. But I received a message via a very desperate and tired messenger from my ally, good old Emir Yusuf ibn Zakaria. To the implacable Guifré, I call on you to honor our alliance and join me in the Tula clash against the Sheikdom of Khalat Rabah. I believe this would actually be quite beneficial for us. He probably doesn't actually even need my help, but we will definitely accept. Absolutely. Bring them into war, please. Our men are ready. Let us take a look at the war goals and everything that is needed in there. The Sheikdom of Khalat Rabah. We may want to go ahead and try and attack that as quickly as possible. Our numbers are actually rather significantly close, and I think if we were to commit a little quickly, we would be able to push our way in. Emir Yusuf has already won his first battle. Reinforcements are coming. They've actually ended up turning around. The second battle has already commenced. My wife, in the midst of a war, decides she wants to come to me with a little bit of a monetary question. With Duchess Antha's diligent admiration of my household finances, there is more gold at the end of this season than expected. How should we best put it to use? I think we are going to save it. Absolutely. Yes, we will save it for now. Well done, wife. Now, I did not quite realize that I'm not in it. We are simply on our way. 2 victories in a row. The war score is looking fantastic in our favor. Now my mother, Ermesinda, has died as well. I gained 25 stress, and yet I don't know that that would be true, considering to try to have a plot against my wife. But nonetheless, something we have to deal with. We have a betrothal between Aurelia del Emitiado and Oliva de Barcelona. Absolutely. I do believe she's got some fantastic characteristics. Unfortunately, she's also a fornicator. Glad to accept your mayor's proposal. Very nice. Redemption and atonement as well as happiness. Let us get stuck in this. I will contribute as much as I can, Emir Yusuf. It's too late. You're already in the thick of it. Oh, that was a good reckoning. Let's go capture their base, their main area, while we can. We will bring in our reinforcements. They don't stand a chance. And we're going to let this siege run its course. They keep throwing men at us, and it's not working. 100% war score already. That is apparently not enough. Let's go support our allies. Awesome. We won the war led by Emir Yusuf ibn Zakaria against Sheikh Abd al-Rahman ibn Muhammad. You will seize all territory within the realm as part of the Sheikhdom of Rabat. Wait, I will? I don't think I will. No, I think we'll be fine. Alright, let's disband all. That was a quick and simple war. One that I'm proud to have been in, and one that actually has funded enough to be able to push into different areas. We will absolutely do the trade port there. Mayor Valencia. The latest work of my spy master has become all the rage of court. Peace deals with success, growing greatness, and Valencia has publicly dedicated it to me. The Spear's Song. Where other men speak silvered words, our hero himself in iron girds. His subject proved grateful, for if they are not, then next to their door is his sword brought. So far I kept my mouth to myself, but the buzz has grown too dramatic. This is truly heartfelt. Absolutely. Absolutely. No sooner are you playing chess with your best friend mere months ago than suddenly they're taken from you. Yusuf is dead, my best and truest friend cut down, taken by the cold embrace of death before his time. I weep, I wail, tear at my hair and my clothing, but I know I'll never see him again. How do I go on? Yusuf, dear, sweet Yusuf. Yusuf would want me to, and I have hope that his memory can sustain me through these dark times, but life seems like a candle without a flame. His death has overwhelmed me with torrential grief. He was always there for me. I didn't expect his death to be easy, but neither could I imagine it being this hard. He was always ready to cheer me up, help me out of the tight spot, though my recent troubles. His absence is especially noticed. We are at a stress level 2. We could become a drunkard. We become inapathetic. Frozen grief. Absolutely not. We will become inapathetic. We would lose 30 stress, which will help us. I think another thing that might help is we need to hold a call a hunt. Gain famish. Famish is not what I want to do. We're going to call a hunt. We could lose 36 stress. Let's go ahead and risk it for a biscuit and see if we can't reduce some stress. Poachers here in the Duke's Woods. They huddle together as I ride up with my guards, making a poor job of hiding the dead heart behind them. We did not do this, your mercy. Their blades and bows belie their words. If we get punished poachers, popular opinion goes down, but holding taxes go up. We could get 2 more prowess with poacher training. The animal is mine along with fines for their lives. Let's... Oof. You all seem to be excellent bowmen. Let's use it for our advantage. The hunt is drawing to an end. We mount our horses to leave the hills behind as the servants prepare the heart and other game for the journey back. In spite of our difficulties, the hunt went very well. It reduced it a fair amount. With enough grief on my mind today, I believe we will call my story at an end for this chapter, but we will do a couple of things. For one, Tarragona actually looks to be quite the wealthy place. Now, admittedly, He is under Sheikh Aid of Tarragona himself, but I think were we to fabricate a claim, it would go by quite speedily, and it would also allow us to begin our claim on Saracusta. Unfortunately, Saracusta is allied to Emir Ayub ibn Yusuf of Tula, the heir of my best friend who just died. Unfortunately for him, he is ill. It doesn't look like he will last too long, and I can't imagine I would want to pursue anything along that route now. Now, I do believe that's his brother. We'll have to keep a very close eye on Tula now that my best friend has died. One, so I can overcome the grief, but two, so I can see how I can potentially foster a new relationship. But on the condition that Emir Muhammad ibn al-Wahhad of Saracusta is unable to maintain the alliance upon the potential death of the new heir, we should be able to have a way forward on that front. Everything else is looking relatively okay. We are making a huge sum of income, and it's only going to increase as I finally wrestle control back into my own arms. But development has begun across the board. We are working steadily to try and increase everything that we possibly could. And honestly, outside of my vassal still not being able to do anything with her, nothing that I would want to do, I should say, life isn't too great. Losing my best friend really cut to the bone. Sure, I could find a new best friend, but those don't come around potentially once a lifetime. Maybe twice. And I did have a friend before this within my brother. Hopefully, the day will turn something new in the next chapter of my journey. But for now, it ends on a rather sad note. And with that rather melancholic end, the end to the episode. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I hope you appreciate the episode. I hope it was enjoyable for you. If it was, as always, engage the YouTube algorithm by giving the video a like, throwing a comment, subscribing to the channel, turning on bell notifications, and of course, if you want to further support, you can become a YouTube member, a patron, or you can support me, reward yourself by buying a game on my Nexus store. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, again, so very much for watching. Stay tuned, as this will become the primary series on the channel. This is Havoc, and I'll see you in the next chapter.
Iberia, ravaged by the bloody tides of 4 kings and sultans, dukes and emirs. Adversity makes for strange bedfellows, my friend. And you must tread carefully if you are to decide the fate of Iberia.